Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube.com and on StreamYard.com. It is Google MF Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony Florio, Dee Woodson, and Michael Bullock. And guys, unfortunately, tonight, this is it. We're going to be saying goodbye, but not for now because we're moving. Starting next week, you're going to be watching Cerebral Smack Talk every Friday night. From now on, starting next week, guys, we're just going to be removing ourselves. We're no longer going to be on Tuesdays. It's going to be on Fridays. So the schedule is going to look a little different. I don't know how we're going to play this out. We'll keep you posted. But until then, as always, we got to jump off with SmackDown Live tonight. From the Chase Center in San Francisco, California, exclusively on the USA Network. Well, we started it off with a promo by Roman Reigns, by Roman Reigns.
It was Erick Rowan.
It was Erick Rowan. So he gets his traditional chorus of boos and everything else. Their boo birds were out. No doubt about it. Then interrupted by Daniel Bryan, and well, it led to the first fight of the night. So we had ourselves Daniel Bryan versus Erick Rowan one-on-one. Erick Rowan won the match. Getting the 1-2-3, winning it in 17 minutes and 32 seconds. Luke Harper was there. He kind of did help him out. There was actually a scary moment in the fight where Daniel Bryan's foot got caught on the ropes. When he went for that iron claw slam, he landed right on the ropes. His foot got caught on the ropes, and well, you can't end a match like that. So they were able to free the foot. Then he did the iron claw again. Got the 1-2-3. Then they were trying to do a beatdown segment, only to get Roman Reigns. Yes, the big dog showed up at the City by the Bay, and was trying to do a drive-by and everything else. Everything looked good, and then at the end, it was Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns standing tall after the beatdown moment. So solidifies the babyface turn for Daniel Bryan. All right. Decent fight. I'll give this about 3 stars. I thought this was a pretty good match, a very good match. I didn't like the ending, though. I think the ending could have been a lot more to be desired, to be honest. And I really got nothing more to say. Anthony Florio, it's all yours, bro.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'll tell you, MF. Good opening segment and match. I'm not about to let WWE entirely off the hook for the horrible angle that preceded it. But the last couple of weeks have been a positive turn and a commendable attempt to salvage something that had completely gone off the rails. As entertaining as Bryan has been as a heel, it seems most audiences still really want to cheer him, and having him in that role is likely the best fit for this stage of his career. And at this point, the Bludgeons have done too much damage to Bryan for this to be some kind of swerve. So that's really all I can say. But as far as the match goes, I got to be honest, this to me was the fight of the night. I'm going to give this between 3.25 and 3.5 stars. Leave it to a proven performer like Daniel Bryan to get a more than passable match out of Erick Rowan. And that's exactly what Daniel Bryan did here tonight. And that's what I told Bullock during our SmackDown chat tonight. I mentioned it to him, and he agreed with me on that. And I've said this on the show many of times. Leave it to a great worker to get the best out of a not so good worker, and you end up getting passable matches, more than passable matches out of that so-so worker, and that's exactly what we saw here tonight. So, and now. MF, Bullock, and Didi, it is official. Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. The match that we've been hearing about, it's going to happen. We're going to see the big dog and the return of the yes man, Daniel Bryan, and they're going to square off against the Bludgeon Brothers, Erick, Rowan, and Luke Harper, tag team action in Sacramento on October the 6th. So, Michael Bullock, there's only one thing left for us to say on this. And MF, this one's for you, buddy. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, hell yes. Fight of the night, 3.25 to 3.5 stars. Bullock, who said the yes movement was dead? It's alive and well, baby.
Yes, and you could even see it in the crowd. I mean, they were basically doing the yes chant, and at the end of that, especially after the match, when Daniel Bryan got the crowd going. So, yes, looks like the yes movement is back, and it is alive and well. So, yeah, I mean, a good segment. It continues to make Erick Rowan look like this badass heel that he is, and yeah. And as far as the match goes, I'll give it 3.5 stars. I mean, it could have been. I would have given it 4, but the ending, I think, really took a little bit away from it. So, yeah, leave it to a really good worker like Daniel Bryan to make a good match out of Erick Rowan. I mean, I'm pretty sure fans were like cringing going into this, thinking that, oh, this is going to be a boring match. I mean, Erick Rowan's not good, but Daniel Bryan, I mean, you got to give the dude props here. And yeah, I mean, to make him look like a total, to give him a passable match, I mean, yeah, I mean, great work by both men. And yeah, what happened afterwards, I mean, basically Roman coming in to save the day. And yep, now it's going to go down at Hell in the Cell with Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns going up against Luke Harper and Erick Rowan. So, yeah, I mean, there's really nothing more that needs to be said. I'm actually going to pass it to MF right now because I did get a message on the chat here saying that Dee Woodson would be right back. So I think for right now, I'm just going to give it to you, MF.
All right, very well, no problem. And we will indeed move on here with the show. There was a little promo thing with as it relates as it was Michael Cole. I guess this is like a video type thing, an interview with Brock Lesnar, hyping up the
interviewing Kofi Kingston.
Kofi, yep, interviewing Kofi. Just basically hyping up the big fight going down next Friday night from Staples, as it was, more than anything else, because it's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship on the premiere episode of Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. Then we have, unfortunately, guys, a cutout. Not very often we have on SmackDown Live, but we do. Chad Gable one-on-one with Mike Canales. Gable wins the match in 40 seconds. Oofa is all I got. Then we had a lot of stupid 24/7 stuff that happened. But I guess that this happened. I guess what we did not know, R-Truth has regained the title. He is now a 19-time 24/7 champion, but this did lead to the tag team fight. This was highly anticipated. Carmella and Charlotte versus the Boss and Hug connection of Bayley and Sasha Banks. Boss and Hug connection wins the match in 5 minutes and 56 seconds, as it was Sasha Banks' bank statement on Carmella for the tap out. Anthony Florio, you lead off on this match.
And well, I think Dee Woodson's problems continue. In the chat, it says emergency exit. That can't be good. So hopefully everything's okay with Dee Woodson. We're praying for that. So anywho, look, the match itself was not particularly interesting, if I'm going to be honest with you. It was somewhat disappointing. I can only give this about 2 to 2.5 for the effort. Carmella worked the majority of it, and she continues to be below average in the ring. I just don't sense that there's any heat on any of these angles. Charlotte is apparently supposed to be a babyface now, but she just stood by and watched while Carmella submitted. Sasha and Bayley don't really have the heat you'd hope, and the reaction to a surprise from the man, Becky Lynch, was strikingly quiet compared to what she would have garnered just months ago. Right now, I hate to be Simon Cowell honest here, but I got to be Simon Cowell honest here. When I say that the women's division continues to be held back by clumsy booking and storytelling. Yes, there have been a few good moments here and there. You know, the tag team match with the 4 Horsewomen in Madison Square Garden a couple of weeks ago, which stole the show on that Monday Night Raw, that Raw of the year. And well, guess what? We loved it so much. MF, as if your Friday Night SmackDown premiere couldn't get any bigger. You got Kofi Kingston and Brock Lesnar for the title. You got all the legends who are going to show up for this is the 20th anniversary show, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. 20th anniversary show as well. Yep.
How about a 4 Horsewomen tag team rematch? Is that something you'd be interested in?
Yeah. Sign me up.
Well, guess what, buddy? We're getting it again. So nice, we're getting it twice. Charlotte Flair and the man, the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch, squaring off against the Boston Hug Connection, Sasha Banks, and the SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. Add that to your Friday Night SmackDown premiere next Friday night, MF.
They are making this, and I'm going to openly admit this, right now. They're booking this. Remember how you said the Madison Square Garden show was the show of the year for Monday Night Raw?
Amen.
It looks like they're setting this up to be SmackDown's show of the year. Absolutely. At Staples in LA.
Yes, sir.
In the 20th anniversary show. And on top of that, the premiere episode of SmackDown on Fox. I mean, it don't get no bigger. They're setting this up to be one of the biggest nights that we're gonna have in wrestling. This is gonna be a great night.
Let alone
the only thing that would make it better, guys, and I don't know how you guys are gonna feel about it. They need to make this 3 hours just for this one night. I mean,
okay. Here's the problem, Bullock. No, and the thing is that the problem is we're talking network television. Normally during network TV, you're only allowed 2 hours. Only in special cases you can do it. But unfortunately, this is one of those cases where, sorry, bro. If this was USA, I'd be all for it. This isn't USA. This is Fox. Different brand, different company, different set of rules. This would be great, but it's not going to happen. But go ahead, Bullock. It's all yours. I think Florio's done.
Yeah, 2 to 2.5.
I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, 2 to 2.5 match. So let's just give it to Bullock.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure if he was done yet. So 2 stars. I can only give this match. I mean, we didn't see a lot from Charlotte Flair, and Carmella was the one who took the brunt of it. I mean, and and unfortunately, I got to agree with Florio. This women's division right now is pretty much on the downside. I mean, Becky Lynch got no pop when she came out to make the save. People aren't buying with Charlotte as a babyface, and the Boston Hug Connection. They really aren't getting making them the heels that they're supposed to be. I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, I thought they were heading in the right direction with Bayley, making her a heel, but it just really hasn't brought me into it yet. I mean, they need to really shake things up with these two, make them really do heelish. Well, Sasha's been doing some heelish things, but Bayley hasn't done it. I mean, that's the problem I have here. I mean, if you really want to make these two dislikable, have them really do some fiendish things that's going to make the fans turn on them. Right now, it's just not working. I'm sorry. That's just my honest opinion of this whole thing. If anybody wants to disagree with me on it, you know what? Feel free. Fletch, it's yours.
I just think right now they just don't know how to play it. I think, like, what you're saying is absolutely right, and you guys are bringing up some very, very, very valid points. It's what is going on? Why is this not working? What? And I could easily throw this right at the feet of just WWE just doesn't know what they're doing at this point in the game. And maybe that is the reason why. You never know. Am I sad that this situation is not working? Absolutely. I feel like we, it's a tough situation right now. And I think that's the best way to say it. It's a tough situation. But at the end of the day, we're just gonna have to go on and we'll go from there, and hopefully everything does work out. All right, so next up we had a one-on-one match. Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura going up against Ali. Nakamura wins the match at 8 minutes and 32 seconds. Michael Bullock, I give it to you. I thought this was a pretty decent fight.
It was, but here's the thing, Fletch. I just didn't like Sami Zayn, or as we like to call him, Lane Duckman, getting involved in this match. I mean, I thought we were on the verge of a championship committee moment, but Lane Duckman decides to put the kibosh on all that and a Kinshasa and basically ended any chance of Ali getting a shot at the Intercontinental title. So, yeah, I mean, as far as I'll give it about maybe another 2 stars. I mean, as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see where they go with this. I mean, I really don't know. And Florio, one more thing. Who was the referee for this match?
Well, it was our favorite Bullock as well as MF. Come on now, you know.
I don't know about MF. So let's
just go right ahead. Again, MF. Mr. New Infibio.
Yeah, so 2 stars for this match, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, it's just disappointing. I mean, I really want to see Ali get a shot at the Intercontinental title, but yeah, I mean, it looks like we were going to get it and get that championship committee moment, but yep, that's not going to happen. Fletch, it's yours.
I could see the fight happening next week in LA. I honestly think that they're going to do this. Obviously, you want the fight to end like that. I understand that because I don't believe the Intercontinental title was on the line. I think this was a non-title match. But, understandable. The screw job ending, I get it because that adds more heat and more fire. I would like to see an Intercontinental title fight next week on SmackDown on Fox. And maybe that's the night Ali takes the belt and then maybe continue the program at Hell in a Cell from there. This is just me just trying to throw wishful thinking. Let's say it like that. So we'll wait and see what happens, but that's kind of more or less where I'm going with it. So 2 stars, decent fight. Anthony, go.
I'm actually going to give it 2.5 for the effort, MF. It was a good match. Ali took some risks in the early going that could have ended badly, but he reigned in it as the match progressed. Nakamura seemed relatively motivated. These two definitely work well together. And given the way the match played out, I actually do agree with you, MF. I could see them working with each other again soon. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how it goes. But yeah, obviously no championship committee moment for us here tonight. So really nothing more to say. MF, I hate to say it, but I think we got ourselves another cutout here.
Yeah, we do. It was the B team going up against the New Day. And the New Day won the match 2 minutes and 23 seconds. But, there was a little cool moment after the match was over. They were in San Francisco. That means they were in the house. There was some 49ers in the building. The New Day
picking it up, baby.
Yeah, the New Day was showing some love to their to the elite tight end of the 49ers, George Kittle, getting a little love from the boys, to say the very least. So it is a cutout. There's really nothing more to say. So we do go to the next fight of the night, which was Fire and Desire versus the Kabuki Warriors. And the Kabuki Warriors wins the match in 3 minutes and 58 seconds as Kairi Sane got to say about, does get maybe opportunity to team title. I don't know. Been pushed for Kabuki Warrior to get out at the tap for a little now. But we haven't seen that. Who knows? I could maybe one it to be generous.
Asuka and Zayn tried their best, but this was a clunky match that felt longer than it is. It felt longer than it should have. It felt like nothing more than a vehicle to promote Randy Rose's cover of Maxim magazine. Right team got the win, 1 to 1.5. Maybe it puts the Kabukis in line for a possible women's title match down the road. I did say on one of our shows recently that the Kabukis, I think, should be the ones to dethrone Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross as women's tag team champions. So that's really all I can say on it. 1 to 1.5. So, Bullet, quick thought.
1 star for the match. It's short. Maybe this does put the Kabuki Warriors in line for a shot at the women's tag team titles. Maybe they could be the ones to dethrone Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, but we'll just have to wait and see. So let's move on, MF.
All right, I know you guys don't like this segment, but we gotta talk about it. Shane McMahon cuts a promo at the beginning with Kevin Owens. Basically, all right. So Shane basically says that his legal team is going to fight the lawsuit, whatever it needs to do. Basically, Shane Shane said that he would have to drop the lawsuit, but he would. So basically, the 2 options go like this. Option 1 is that Shane fights the lawsuit. He gives the option for it to be locked up in years, in court and whatnot. Or option 2, just drop the lawsuit, pay the $100,000, and we're done. Shane Owens is like, no, I'm not paying no $100,000. You're crazy. You're an idiot. Not a chance in hell. But we'll do this. 1 more fight, you and me, ladder match. If I win, you're done. You're gone. You get out of WWE, and that's it. You're done. Now I don't know if that means that I don't know if that means he's done as a wrestler or if he's permanently done with WWE altogether. But if Shane wins, the lawsuit's gone and Owens is gone for good. Obviously, Shane accepts, It's going to happen. I believe this fight is going to happen at Hell in a Cell ladder match. So, one way or another, the big national nightmare will be over very soon. Give it a couple of more weeks, folks. You only got to deal with this for maybe 2 more weeks, and then we're done. But once we thought that we were done with SmackDown Live, oh no, the ladies had a little backstage brouhaha. Becky Lynch was cutting a promo. Talking about Sasha Banks, saying when's Bayley gonna stop being her lapdog and the whole 9 yards. And a brawl breaks out between the 2 women to close the show. All right, Anthony. Not the most auspicious way to close a show. I do appreciate the effort, but I think I kind of got a feeling like SmackDown Live kind of punted here tonight and is kind of like they're throwing their best stories for next week. I kind of felt like this was a punt night.
Back to reality, in a sense?
I don't want to say back to reality, but I just feel like they punted here.
Oh, throwaway show, absolutely.
Yeah, that's more like it. That was not back to reality. This was a throwaway.
Yeah. Okay. First, Kevin Owens tried to grovel at Shane's feet to have the fine dropped. Then he files a lawsuit that Shane promises to fight. And instead of fighting it, Shane basically just gives Owens exactly what he wants in exchange for dropping the suit. Except suddenly the suit isn't about money anymore, and the $100,000 fine doesn't seem to matter much to KO now. Instead, he just wants Shane gone, and now we have a ladder match. In a vacuum, the match is fine, and if Owens wins, it's a relatively satisfying conclusion. Still, this angle has been a total mess for weeks, and Owens, who was once the hottest character on the show, has been badly damaged. As far as what happened with the women at the end, it didn't feel like it had enough gravitas to warrant rushing through the KO and Shane segment. It wasn't a vicious attack, just a straightforward backstage brawl that they could have put earlier in the show or even Monday night on Raw. I'm not one to fault them for building a big matchup, but that felt out of place, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. So that's all I can really say on that. I'm glad we're going to have some sort of resolution here. So really nothing more to say. Michael Bullock, our long national nightmare could finally be over come Hell in a Cell if KO goes over in this ladder match.
Yeah, I really hope so. I mean, because this whole thing has been, it's been beyond the point of go away. I mean, it's just left a bitter taste in all our mouths, but I really hope this pays off with our long national nightmare being over, with Shane McMahon being gone, being fired. Well, just being gone, I should say, from WWE. I mean, this would make WWE programming even better without Shane McMahon, because come on, guys. We've been getting Shane McMahon shoved down our throats way too long. I mean, there are superstars who deserve more time on TV than this piece of garbage here. I mean, yeah, lo and behold, a few years ago, we were happy to have him back, but now with this, he's just beyond the point of go away. And hopefully after Kevin Owens beats him, he will go away for good. Yeah, and there's really nothing more to say. You guys said everything. Let's just get to our overall thoughts on the show. And yeah, this was definitely a throwaway, no doubt about it.
Go ahead, Bullock. If you got the number, throw it.
All right. As far as this show goes, we did have some good things, but we had way too many not so good things. So to me, I'm going to give this about a 4 out of 10 for this edition of SmackDown Live. You had the fight of the night with Erick, Rowan, and Daniel Bryan, Yeah, it's a good segment. Yeah, some other matches that were okay, but this was basically a throwaway. I mean, all I can say is next week's SmackDown on Fox, next Friday night, it better be a damn good show. I mean, at least a 7 out of 10, or let's just say, Fletch, the gloves are going to come off on our review, because I will go off on if they produce a bad show, which
Yeah.
I don't think it will, but I will. I mean, the gloves will indeed come off, and let's just say, Fletch, I'm going to get my shovel, and someone is going to get their ass buried by me if Friday Night SmackDown's premiere is a bad show.
I agree.
4 out of 10.
I actually agree with you, Michael Bullock. 4 out of 10. You're absolutely right. Not a great show at all. No doubt about it. There's really nothing more to add. Anthony, you got the final word.
Best word you can have. Mixed bag of a show. Daniel Bryan and Erick Rowan had a strong match, and there's some salvageable points to that angle moving forward. The women's division continued to flounder, and KO and Shane got a solid blow-off match in what has become a very senseless angle. I wouldn't call the USA finale going out with a whimper, but there was certainly no bang either. So, Anthony Florio not impressed. 4 out of 10, like the Bret Hart meme. That's all I can say on that. Not a good way to close out the USA Network era. MF.
Not a way to close out the Tuesday night era of Cerebral Smack Talk either. A little bit of a downer on that one, but hopefully when we do jump on Friday, we'll have something better. So we're done for the night. Thank you so much as always. Tomorrow night, Derek Ferreira is back. Wednesday night mayhem is back, folks. We're gonna do another round of it. We got more NXT stuff. We'll talk about that. If Derek's got more news in the world of professional wrestling, like Beyond Wrestling, I know Beyond Wrestling starting next week as well. So
yeah, he said he was gonna have something about Beyond Wrestling when he did his latest video recently.
Yeah, so we'll get into that. Thursday night is College Football Thursday. We got the top 25 as always. NFL Friday, and then we do it all over again Monday night. Another edition of Ridiculously Raw, and then of course the new look, the new era of wrestling begins on Monday night with the season premiere of Ridiculously Raw. For the 2019-2020 season, Anthony Florio will be hosting immediately after Raw. What's that going to look like? Well, we're just going to have to wait and find out. So thank you, Anthony Florio. Thank you, Michael Bullock. Thank you, Didi Woodson. Thank you, Derek Ferreira and the producers, as always. And thank you, guys. Like the video, leave a comment at the bottom. Share it with all your friends on all social media platforms. As always, have a good night, everybody. So long for now. And for all of us here, thank you for making Cerebral Smack Talk one of the best. We kept smacking the internet every Tuesday night. Please keep supporting us as we move to Fridays. Until then, good night. So long. And we are out.